The 1910s were a time of industrial growth, social change, and global conflict. This decade saw significant movements for women's suffrage, labor rights, and America's involvement in World War I. These events were crucial in shaping the modern America we know today. Progressivism continued to push for government reforms and social justice. Theodore Roosevelt's influence on national policies remained strong, even after his presidency. There was a significant push for regulations on child labor, food safety through the enforcement of the Pure Food and Drug Act, and the fight against corporate monopolies. The women's suffrage movement gained incredible momentum during this period. Alice Paul and the National Woman's Party played pivotal roles through protests, hunger strikes, and relentless activism. Their efforts culminated in the passage of the 19th Amendment in 1920, granting women the right to vote. The Great Migration saw African Americans moving from the South to northern cities in search of jobs and better living conditions. This movement had a profound impact on American culture, music, and the economy, especially in cities like Chicago and New York. However, it also led to a rise in racial tensions and the early stages of civil rights advocacy. The early 1910s saw the rise of labor unions fiercely fighting for better wages and improved working conditions. The tragic Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire in 1911 became a pivotal moment, leading to significant changes in workplace safety laws. Strikes and protests during this era were instrumental in pushing for reforms in labor laws, shaping the future of worker rights in America. Initially, the United States maintained a stance of neutrality, with President Woodrow Wilson reluctant to involve the nation in the conflict. However, the sinking of the Lusitania in 1915 and the revelation of the Zimmerman telegram in 1917 became crucial turning points. These events ultimately led to America's decision to enter the war, forever altering its course. As America entered the war, society underwent significant changes to support the effort. Citizens were encouraged to buy Liberty bonds, and rationing became a common practice. Women stepped into the workforce in unprecedented numbers, filling roles left vacant by men who had gone to fight. Propaganda efforts, spearheaded by the Committee on Public Information, played a crucial role in shaping national morale and uniting the country behind the war effort. The outbreak of the Spanish flu affected millions worldwide. The U.S. government and society had to respond swiftly to this unprecedented health crisis. The long-term effects on public health awareness were profound, shaping how future pandemics would be handled. The beginnings of the Jazz Age brought figures like Louis Armstrong into the spotlight, marking the early movements of jazz. Societal norms began to change, with the emergence of the flapper lifestyle and evolving gender roles, reflecting a broader cultural shift. President Wilson's attempt to establish the League of Nations faced significant opposition. The U.S. Senate ultimately rejected it, leading to America's shift toward isolationism. This decision set the stage for future international conflicts. This decade profoundly shaped modern America, particularly in areas like civil rights, democracy, and workers' rights. The lasting impact of the 19th Amendment, labor laws, and the Great Migration cannot be overstated. The stage was set for the roaring 1920s and further social transformation.